Hey, hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Tried and Tested podcast. I am your host, Tracy. If you're not familiar with this show, this is a dating and relationship podcast where we talk about all things that we experience in the realms of dating and relationships in our life as adults, the struggles, the common thoughts that we have. We talk about information that we may not know about. And typically, I may or may not have a guest. If I don't have a guest, I'm normally just giving my opinion or my thoughts on a topic. And so today I've really been thinking about first dates a lot. And I think the importance of a first date is really where I'm trying to get to. So I think that, you have people who, I guess you might meet somebody, right? I mean, I'm not an online dater at all, so I don't really know how too much about how that works. Just what people have told me, but I feel like when it comes to first dates, I think it gives you the opportunity to really get to know who you're dealing with, right? Um, I think sometimes people can spend months, they can spend weeks, they can spend, whatever talking to somebody on a phone, talking to somebody via text, talking to somebody via DM, and you've never actually physically spent time with the person in public. And I think that's really important. And I think it's important early on, at least for me. And I mean, like I said, I'm not an online dater, so therefore I would have had to meet the man in person anyway, which is what I prefer. But yeah, I think the first date actually gives you the option or the not is it the option? It gives you the chance to kind of see who and what you're dealing with, right? Um you get to see the verbals and the nonverbals. So therefore, you kind of can see, okay, is this person cheap? And this is for males and females, right? Whether you're the man on a date with a female or a female on a date with the man, you get to kind of see how the person interacts, right? What their level of interest really is. And obviously, I feel like if you just met somebody today, your level of interest should not be on 100. There's no way. Like, all that could be is lust because you don't know them. Like, you don't know anything about them. You may know a little bit. Maybe it's someone that you're a fan of, or something like that. But still, you don't really know the person. So you kind of should just be like calm, cool, and relaxed. But you get a chance to kind of see who you're dealing with. You get a chance to kind of see like I said, their character. Are they rude? Are they full of themselves? Are they, somebody that can sit on the phone all night and text? Are they somebody who never gets out and they're, recording everything? They're recording you and they don't even know you, like they're trying to put stuff on the gram. They're trying to make, them, I don't know, like people just do a lot. So I think that the first date is so important because like they say, first impressions are really, really, really they tell you a lot about what is to come. And so I definitely think that going, and I'm sorry, I guess I'm kind of speaking from a first date for dinner, but I think a first date anywhere, right? You get to kind of see someone's temperament um with how they interact with other people as well. So if you go to a restaurant, let's say, and there's valet, like how do they handle the people that are there? How do they handle people that can't do anything for them? I saw a video or a clip or something, and the guy was just saying that like people forget that when you order food from a restaurant, the waiter is not the person who cooked the food. They're just the person that's giving you the food, right? And so if your date is over there screaming at them, cursing them out, I'm not paying for this, da, 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 like all that, extra stuff that people do, it's that, that's a sign that, listen, there's an issue here. You know what I mean? But like I said, I think it just gives you the opportunity to kind of really see how this person is. It gives you a chance to be in front of them and actually converse, right? Can they hold a conversation? Is there anything to talk about? Are we having a good time? Like, you know what I mean? Like there's so many things that allow you to kind of to gather information that should hopefully, if you're being intentional in dating, it should help you be able to kind of decipher between our phone and text conversations, if they've been, for a couple of days or a couple of weeks, and now being in front of them, is it somebody that I actually want to be with? You know what I mean? I know that for me, there was one relationship that I think I've been in my whole life, that there was this like the person that I initially, when I met him, I was just like, yeah, I need new friends. Like, I really, like, I do like friends for real. Like, I want to go out and hang out and stuff, and it don't be anything or whatever. And I don't care if they're females or males. And I do have two male best friends that I've had for over, I think, now like 25 years. So, like, for me, it's not really a big deal. But anywho, so I met the guy, and he wasn't really like, I wasn't really like super attracted to him. I didn't really like, it's just like, I guess whatever. Like, he's trying to get my number, I guess. Like, I am trying to meet new people in the city that I'm living in, so it's cool. And so I think, like, he probably texts me here and there, but I didn't care. Like, I don't think I even replied all the time, because I was just like, yeah, like, it is what it is. Like, there was nothing that was really making me like, oh, I really, really want to talk to him. And he may have called me once or twice, and the conversation probably didn't last for a long time. So I guess fast forward, I don't know, maybe a week, 2 weeks or something, and I think he had invited me out to go on a date. And this was this was before, I'm using this to give an example of how the first dates, or, actual dates can, transform situations for the good or for the bad. Wait, for the better, wait, for good, or I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but you get what I'm saying. So anyway, we went out on the date, and like he picked me up or whatever, so I rode with him. And then where we went, we met one of his friends. I'm sorry, one of his cousins had came from a different state. So it was like me, him, and then two of his friend and his cousin. And so basically, like, it was very awkward for me, because at the end of the day, yeah, we were in public, but it's just kind of like, I don't know you. And I know that it's kind of like he didn't want to cancel the date because he had already planned it, and then his people showed up, right? And so it's kind of like, well, I want to go out with her still, but I'm going to go out with her and we can all go out together. And so that wasn't a good idea, because I felt very, like, I felt okay, but I just didn't like the idea that, like, what is this? This is, like, how do I get to know you? And so by the end of the night, I'm just like, okay, like, yeah, like, I'm going to go home, and it is what it is. And so we had went to get something to eat after hanging out that night. We went to, like, an event. And so in the car, he was just like, well, I don't really know, like, you kind of seem blah, 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 da, 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 da. And I was like, yeah, like, I don't really know you like that at all, right? And then you bring me out with these guys, and it's like, to me, it's very just, like, bizarre. And so I guess he understood where I was coming from, and then he planned, like, a regular date, and we went out, and we actually had a really, really good time. And it was just like, so we ended up actually becoming boyfriend and girlfriend down the line. And, this was somebody that I really, really, really like. This is probably the only person that I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to marry him. Like, but it's like, once we actually were able to communicate in person, then of course we started talking on the phone every day. And then it just kind of, we started going out on a lot more dates. And even, like, for instance, like, if I was just going to go to, like, Walmart or Target or something, even though I had a car, like, he would come and get me. Like, he would literally, and listen, fellas, if you have a female that you're interested in, even if she already has something, if you provide what she already has, it's helpful. So, like, I didn't care. Like, I never thought anything wrong about me driving everywhere, but it was just, like, it felt nice for someone else to come and get me and to drive me or whatever. But anywho, like I said, so we ended up, together. This is the same person. I don't know. You guys have to go back in the episodes. But this is the same person that ended up kidnapping me one day. So that's a whole nother, But just the importance of first dates, because you can have a first date where you find out that, you don't like the person. You're not interested in them. It's not giving what it's supposed to give. Like I said, for me, I don't consider myself to be a serial dater, but I was, one of those like free meal type people. Like I'm very social anyway. So listen, if you're trying to get my number and you trying to take me out, like let's go. Like wherever you want to go eat, let's go. You know what I'm trying to say? And I was really just always out and about doing the most. But I have been on first dates where I'm like, this is a heck no. The man didn't have conversation skills. The man, like especially with the African men, like, and I'm African, so I'm not hating, but it's just, they don't even know how to order off a menu. I'm getting mac and cheese. Y'all know that y'all don't have mac and cheese in Africa. Well, maybe y'all do now, but that's not something that people really eat over there. And so don't order what I'm ordering. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I remember, oh my goodness, I went to a place and I don't know what it's called, but they had like some really, 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 really hot wings. And I guess like he ordered it. And it's like when they brought it out, like he ate it, and I'm just looking at him, and you could tell that like it's too hot. And I don't remember if we didn't have water on the table or something. It was just like the most bizarre like situation. But yeah, so all I'm just saying is like, first dates are really a good chance for you to get to know the person that you're dealing with, and to kind of just see what category you'll put them in. And it could be friends, it can be associates, it can be I never want to see them again. It can be like they have a horrible attitude, they have a inflated I can't even think of the word I'm trying to say. It's cool. But yeah, so let me know, how important are first dates for you? Are you someone that can talk to somebody for 6 months and get into a relationship and you've never met them, or you know what I mean? So anyway, that's it. So you guys can DM me, you can send me an email. I thank you so much for tuning in, and have a wonderful day until next time.